True.
facade.
People are scared of me, man. I'm kind of I can't just say that, but like I'm kind of a quiet person, like other than like my tight circle. Like I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna like talk to you, but I would never like I'm not gonna have like a conversation of substance with you if you're not like in my tight circle. So people are like scared of me and like intimidated by me, and they're like scared to talk to me, and they don't know what I'm thinking. They don't know what I'm feeling, and I'm okay with that.
People are scared of me because they think I'm special needs.
No, people. A close friend of ours, literally yesterday, you just kind of like say stuff, and it's really funny. Like you just kind of lie. Like my favorite bit that you tell is you just tell people that you were born at 3 years old without a face, and it cracks me up. It's like no. At 3 years old, I was born without a face, and he comes up to me last night or yesterday, and he goes, "Is Holden's family like poor?" And I was like, "No, they're not poor." Why do you ask me that? And he's like, "Because like a while ago, Holden told me that his brother lost all his teeth, and then Holden lost his college fund." I like almost pissed myself. It was so funny.
No, my that's all my humor is degraded to. Is just
lying.
It used to be just telling like stupid hypotheticals to people, which I still do that, but like it's now just become just straight up lying to people. We're like, I'll whip it up in half a second. Someone will just ask me something, and it's like, I don't feel like taking you seriously today. But they'll just be like, I'll just get back from a bathroom break at school. They're like, Holden, where'd you go? And I'm like, I walked into the janitor's closet. There's a guy there. I kind of talked to him for a little bit. He gave me this key. I gotta go find something with it.
I think that I'm genuinely a pathological liar because I do the same stuff. Like I tell everybody, like, if they ask me, like, oh, if they text me, like, where are you? And I'm at, like, McDonald's, I'll just say I'm at Chick-fil-A. Or I'll just say I'm at the pharmacy.
Never let them know your next move.
Just to keep them on their toes. I just, like, it doesn't matter. I'll come home with a McDonald's bag. They'll be like, you texted me. You said you were at Steak and Shake. I'm like, oh, yeah, I lied. They're like, why? Why would you do that?
Yeah, but there are like a vast majority of people who definitely believe things about me that I have told them and totally forgot about.
I know, and it's so funny to me because people will come to me and be like, is Holden's mom like stuck in a wheelchair and she can't speak, she's nonverbal? I'm like, no, she is not. They're like, oh, okay, I'm just making sure. It just cracks me up. Because I know when you're lying, but other people can't tell, and it's so funny.
No, I remember I was on a phone call with one of my like really good friends, and like I was talking to him, and he was just like, he's like, you know what I should do? I should get really drunk and start driving. And I like was like, dude, that's not funny. My uncle died in a car crash when he was drunk, and he got really quiet. He was just like, is that real? I'm like, no.
Oh my gosh. It's just like, because you're pretty good at keeping a straight face. I would do the same stuff. I have the same sense of humor, except I just can't keep a straight face, so I can only do it like over text or over calls, because you can tell immediately when I'm lying, like if it's something funny. But it's just like so funny. Be like, oh no, yeah, I can't move the left side of my face. I just fake it. And then everyone's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I think the most common one that people believe is that I'm on food stamps.
Oh my god, I forgot about
anytime anyone's like talking about like doing an experience or like doing something that costs money, I'll just like act like I'm really pissed at them for talking about it. It's just like, yeah, I'm glad you get to experience something like that. Meanwhile, I can't even buy my own food without food stamps, and they're just like, I'm
my
sorry.
God. We were at a dinner one time for like a day, like it was like a formal. And we're always like, hold on, like, why aren't you eating? You're like, I'm on a diet. Like, that's all you kept saying was, I'm on a diet. And I knew you were lying. And no one else knew except for me that you had exactly $0 in your bank account at the time.
I was just dead broke.
Couldn't buy the food. You're like, no, I'm on a diet. You'd get like a side salad.
To be fair, it was like $20.
No,
like,
yeah, that was an expensive place.
A little bit of food. So like, that was not about this.
That was so funny. Everyone's like, no, Holden's just on a diet. He's trying to better himself. And I knew that you were just dirt broke.
I had $10 in my bank. I spent $11 that night.
It was so funny. Oh,
Oh, but that's so fun. There's
Yeah.
also I have people come up to me and like tell me things I did to them. Hold on. I have so much snot in my nose. But I'll have people come up to me and like tell me about things I did to them as like jokes. And it makes me feel like a genuinely horrible person. Because like I'll be doing the most messed up stuff to them and I feel so bad, but they're like, "No, it was really funny."
like what?
I remember I had what this was someone told me about this like that I in 5th grade, the 5th grade in art class, I like walked up to them when they were painting and was like, "Hey, that's missing a little something," and tried to blow snot all over their painting, but I missed and got it all over their arm and just walked away. And I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry I did that. That sounds horrible."
But
Like,
the intrusive.
I'm sorry that I was such like a jerk kid. And they're like, "No, it was hilarious." I was like, I loved it.
This is so funny.
I'm like, I'm so sorry. I was just so mean to kids, and they're just like, "Nah, it's hilarious."
At our like at the family church camp that I would go to as a little kid, there's like a bingo game every year, like the annual bingo game, and I thought it would be so funny to like for one of the prizes I took an old MacBook box. I was 10, maybe 10. And I filled it with mangoes, like mangoes, but like it was heavy, so it felt like an Apple computer. And then I took my dad and we sealed it with a hair dryer
Was he
and
in on
saran
it?
wrap. Yeah, he was in on it, and we put it up there. And this guy, he comes up there, he's like, yes, like they must have been struggling financially or something. He goes, yes, finally, like he was so pumped, and I just watched out of the corner of my eye. He cracked it open, and I was like getting ready to laugh. Full tears. Like he was bawling. He was so sad that they were just full of mangoes. And we never told him it was us because he was literally crying in front of his children. Because he was like, "Daddy can buy you presents this year because I have the computer now." Cracks it open. Mangoes. It was so bad. But that was like the funniest thing to me. It was like, oh my god, they're going to crack this open and see it's mangoes. Little did I know, it was the guy who actually needed a computer that got it. He saw it was mangoes and he started crying.
That's horrible. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
I think I feel like I'm a bad person sometimes, but that's okay.
Yeah, sometimes. I also have like spread slander about other people. That's not true, but people do think it's
Oh
true.
my god.
We have a friend of ours.
We have a buddy.
I'm gonna call him Big Z.
Big Z.
Big Z. He's a pretty normal kind of guy. Like he's like he grew up like pretty southern, pretty rural. He's a normal kid. Like
He's got very strong morals and very strong opinions.
yeah, and he minds his own business pretty much. He
does.
just keeps to himself. But like I have like spread such absurd rumors about this kid. He's in on it too. I'll tell him about it and he laughs. But people genuinely believe some of the stuff that I just say about him because I've told people that like he steals $5,000 from the bank like every time, like every week in like false checks.
Yeah, we've told people that his name is an alias because he got like arrested in online human trafficking in Somalia.
Like, oh my gosh, people were like genuinely angry at him because I made up that he faked Tourette's in order to like say horrible racist slurs in history class to make
People stopped
laugh.
talking to him
And people broke ties with him.
because they thought he was just being a racist.
I also like said that he was like on opioids and was like dealing opioids to everybody in the school.
Oh, Big Z.
We love him. This is all in good fun.
He's a good guy. Like, people don't actually believe it, but like sometimes it like, if it just like approaches your thought process that maybe that's real, it's just really funny.
It brings me joy to hear like that. People have believed us for years and stuff.
It's just so funny.
What was it? Was it you that like genuinely believed me on one part?
I believed the Tourette's one for a good 6 months. Like, I literally thought it was real. That was so funny. When the realization that it wasn't real, it cracked
You didn't
me
have the
up.
realization. I told you, and you went, "What?"
I know.
And I was like,
that
"Yeah, it's
broke
not real.
me.
I made it up."